Hi Lindy, how are you?
Hey Josh, yeah, I'm really good, thanks. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Thank you for joining me today. Purpose of this call is to get to know Haven House a little bit more. So I think that would be a perfect place to start. Yeah, please tell us a little bit more about Haven House and exactly what you guys do.
Right, well, Haven House Children's Hospice cares for seriously ill babies and children. We create a loving and warm environment for them and their families while they are going through the toughest of times. We provide round the clock care at the hospice in Woodford Green. It's surrounded by beautiful grounds and woodland. And we also care for families through our outreach services in the home and in the local community. We feel very strongly that no family should ever have to face alone the difficulties of looking after a child with a serious illness. Sadly, we can't change their diagnosis, but our specialist care team is here to provide support to parents and carers who have children with life-limiting or life-threatening conditions. Or one of the things that people often ask us, hospice care does not mean that a child is near to the end of their life. When a family is introduced to the hospice, they embark on a journey. It could last any time between a few days and several years. We enable our families to have choices, to have quality of life, and to make the most of what precious time they have together. So the services we provide include daycare, overnight stays, end of life care and bereavement support, as well as those life enriching activities such as sensory play, music therapy and physiotherapy. So basically we're providing the right care and support at the right time and in the most appropriate place for the individual family's needs.
Perfect, thank you. I think to go on one of the comments there about the families and that support. I was fortunate enough to join you guys with the big night in quiz with Ben Shepherd, and it was incredibly clear to me that the amount of families on that quiz night and just the special
Yeah.
relationship that not only did the staff have with those families, but Ben himself kind of knew everyone on that call by name, which was yeah, really kind of moving to watch. Perfect. So obviously COVID has played a big part in the last kind of 11, 12 months. How's that been challenging for you guys from a service perspective?
Well, the pandemic has had an undeniable financial impact on us. Um, Fundraising is not an add-on activity at the hospice. It's absolutely crucial in keeping our doors open. The care we provide is free of charge to the families that need it, but we have to raise about £4.4 million every year to keep our services running. And of this, we receive only 20% in government funding. So we really do rely on the generosity of our community and supporters to sustain the vital work of Haven House. Fundraising activities this year have been vastly reduced and in some cases stopped because of the government restrictions, and our retail shops remain closed indefinitely. So 2020 presented huge challenges for everyone, and as the restrictions due to COVID-19 continue, we do anticipate another challenging year ahead. But on the positive side, we have been overwhelmed by the response from the general public and the incredible support we've received from our local community. Um, Without them, we simply would not be where we are today. But I should also say that we need them now more than ever so that we can continue to be here in the future, providing what our families refer to as their lifeline.
No, absolutely. And one thing that I was really impressed by was your Christmas tree collection, and I know you were at the heart of that. So yeah, I'd love to tell everybody about what you did early in January.
Right, so it was a great scheme that we joined for the first time this year, where people can register on a website to have their Christmas tree collected on a particular weekend. We went for the 9th, 10th of January, and they are invited to give a donation of whatever size to the hospice. So we had 466 trees registered, and against all the challenges, the new obstructions that came our way with the rules coming out at the beginning of January and people in our team going down with COVID, we managed to get a team of volunteers together with various shapes and sizes of vans to pick up the trees, and in so doing raised nearly £8,000.
Well, fantastic. Yeah, you know, for me, obviously I was due to support you that weekend, but unfortunately couldn't. But yeah, I just thought it was really good, and I'm sure it's something you're going to be looking to do again come
Yes,
January
for sure.
this year.
Aiming to double it next
Fantastic.
year.
I'll definitely work on my muscles this year to make sure I'm ready and fit to go. And then that perfectly leads on to, you know, Leyton Orient Football Club is all about our community, and you know, our fans are always trying to support each other and help each other. So yeah, it'd be lovely to hear ways in which the club, our fans and our partners and everyone associated with the club, how can we get involved with volunteering or you know, fundraising activities?
Right. Well, you know, we've said it so many times, but we are incredibly grateful to Leyton Orient for the support they've already given us, obviously through the shirt sponsorship deal. But also Breyer have provided 2 of the vans for our Christmas tree collection. So it's been wonderful to partner with them for the first time. And there's plenty more. It doesn't matter how big or small your business is. There are so many different ways you can get involved with us, from taking on a sporting challenge, taking part in our Mont Blanc trek, which has been postponed a couple of times, but is going ahead in the autumn. You could host a virtual event or come up with your own creative fundraising ideas. Payroll giving is an easy way for employees paid by PAYE to give regularly to Haven House. So each time you're paid, a donation comes out of your pay before tax is deducted. And if your business chooses to become a corporate partner of Haven House, you really will have the satisfaction of knowing that you're helping to provide medical, emotional and practical support to families in great need. We're always looking for event sponsors too, especially when our events are up and running. And we've got some great packages for special events, such as our annual ball in Mayfair. And we are very excited about our big 24/7 challenge that we're currently preparing to roll out across the spring, and specifically on the 24th of the 7th, 2021. So you'll soon be seeing lots about it on our social media, as we'll be gathering teams together to create their fundraising plans around the numbers 2, 4 and 7. And somewhat ambitiously, sticking with the theme, we're looking at a target of £247,000, but we do love a challenge. So whatever you may choose to do, our team will be here to support you along the way. And by working together, you can help to make a huge difference to the lives of terminally ill children and their families.
Perfect. And I assume all this information is readily available on the website of how people can get involved in pieces.
Yes, absolutely. havenhouse.org. Everything's there. You can click on fundraising, events, challenge events, community events. It's loaded with exciting stuff.
Perfect. And something that post our call a couple of weeks ago with yourself, Bart's charity and Mind, was, you know, certainly this time of this current moment in time, you know, people are maybe limited to time through homeschooling and trying to keep a job down, or some people may have you know, unfortunately lost their role, lost their job. But there's ways that people can continue to support, whether it's you know, just simply amplifying your messages and reaching new audiences through you know, sharing your content.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. As I say, we're pretty active on social media, and to be sharing just goes such a long way, because it is all about networks. And that happened a lot with the Christmas trees, when neighborhoods put it out on their local WhatsApp group for their street, and then we had whole streets of trees to collect in one go. It is about spreading the word. It's about awareness. We find that even people very close to the hospice don't always know where we are because we can't be seen from the road. So yeah, it's a great job to be done, spreading the word, jumping on the back of any small thing that you might be able to do. For example, we're having another cake trail in June. We had a fantastically successful one last year. And, you know, if you can't do anything other than make a few cakes and sell them outside your front gate, you'll be part of the 24/7 challenge when we'll have hundreds of people all doing it together. So yeah, everyone's little bit just makes a difference.
I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but Harry Kane himself and the team from CK66 came down at Christmas time and delivered some presents for the children. Is that correct?
They did, yes. Obviously, it's been so much more difficult this year. We would normally open our doors. We have a Christmas wonderland for the public on the hospice premises, and we haven't been able to do that. So yes, Harry Kane and his team were able to come to the hospice, not to go inside or see the children. We had to keep it very much restricted because of the very strict regulations that we're having to follow there. But yeah, having their support is fantastic. We just can't wait to be able to invite the Leyton Orient players, Harry and his family, to come to one of our events, to meet the children, to meet our incredible nursing staff. So those days are ahead of us. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Absolutely. I think, yeah, it's one of my first things on my to-do list once we get out of this is to come down and visit you guys and see the amazing work that you do. But yeah,
well.
Perfect. Well, look, thank you so much for your time. I think over the last 11 months, we've loved having Haven House as part of the Leyton Orient family. And again, you know, this was all possible through the deal with Harry Kane and the CK66. So huge thanks to them for bringing this opportunity to us. We can be prouder than running out wearing our Haven House away shirts, and I know it means a lot to the players wearing that shirt with a great deal of pride. So keep doing the amazing stuff that you do, and yeah, can't wait to come down and visit you.